today? Okay. Alright. So you've been having some trouble with your skin, I see. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And is that on the left or the right side? Okay, both. Okay. Does it extend up into your scalp? Okay. Is the sensation the same at that point? Okay. And what kind of shampoo and conditioner are you using? Okay. Do you wash your hair every day? About how often? Okay. Alright. How about your face? Do you use a certain cleanser or? Okay. Is that a prescription? Okay. Is that for acne of any particular kind, or is it just like a general face wash? Okay. And do you feel like it's helping? Okay, good. Have your face wash or shampoo or conditioner changed any time recently? You've been using these products for a while? Okay. Would you say like 6 months or more? Okay. Alright. How about your detergent for the laundry? Do you know what type it is? Okay, so you do change that sometimes. Okay. Have you added any new ones lately or new scents that aren't typical of what you maybe usually get? Even in your dryer sheets? Okay. So you've changed it, but you haven't had a reaction from that before? No, okay. Alright, and how about your toothpaste? Is that for sensitivity? Okay. Does it have a whitening component to it? Okay. And does it foam up when you use it? Okay. Alright, are there any other products that you currently use on your skin or clothing or accessories, anywhere really from kind of the shoulders up? Is that like a facial lotion? Okay. And how often do you use that? Okay. Do you wash your face every day? How often? Just in the mornings? Okay. Right. No other topical creams, ointments, gels, And that's not very frequent. Like a spot treatment type thing. Okay. Do you remember the brand name for it? Okay, great. Okay, have you had any other significant changes to your diet or your sleep or your routine, your work environment, or if you go to school, anywhere that you spend a lot of your time? Has anything changed that you can think of? Didn't get any new pets? Okay. Okay. Well, definitely the colder months can create dry patches and drier hair, drier skin, drier nails. So that's common, but if it's giving you this level of irritation, that's obviously a little less common and could be an indication that we need to treat something bigger than the symptoms. So I'm going to be really just feeling around your neck, shoulders, face, and scalp today. We're going to be going through sort of a series of different touches. I'm going to try to assess as much as I can about your skin, look really closely at the sort of areas that I can see have kind of changed a little bit. Looks like you've got a little texture in some places and a little bit of redness. So I'm going to look at those very carefully and closely, and we'll just see if we can discern what's going on. Either way, I'll make sure that you leave here with some sort of treatment. Yeah, does that sound okay? Okay, great. We will go ahead and get started. Can I just get you to confirm your name and date of birth? Your full name. And do you know what day of the week it is? Good. And what's your age? Good. And do you know today's date? That's okay. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember, especially when the year changes. Okay. Alright, so if it's okay, I'm gonna get kind of close for most of this procedure. If you ever do feel uncomfortable, whether it's my proximity or some touch that I'm using, please just let me know. Okay. Alright, yeah. Okay. So I'm first just gonna take a look at your whole face here. Gonna take a look up into your ears as well. And see if anything. I do see a little bit of the redness and some kind of flaky skin over here, which is pretty typical for this kind of thing, so that makes sense. I'm gonna look up into your hairline as well. across the front of the ear as well, and a little bit into the kind of open part of your ear. Are you experiencing any itching down into your ear canal? Okay. Have you been putting a Q-tip or anything down there to try to alleviate that? Okay, good. Because that can make it worse potentially. It can also end up being very painful if you accidentally scratch some of it and cause an abrasion, an open cut. That can be even worse than the itching, so I'm glad that you've been just letting it as it is. I do have some numbing ear drops that I can likely give you to just get rid of the sensation. It's not going to treat the actual cause, but they will make the itching go away. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to look now down into your jawline a bit. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on this side, okay? Does that feel alright? Just right up there by the ear. I'm going to slide my two fingers just a little further down your jaw. Right around here, there's a little ridge. I'm going to push in on that. How does that feel? Okay, just some pressure. Good. And a little bit closer to your chin now. Feels okay still? Okay, and now I'm just going to use my thumbs to touch. Press in a bit on your chin here. Does the skin feel tight when I'm moving it like this? Okay. Tight but not too uncomfortable. It's more of a discomfort than a pain. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing going up on this side. I'm going to start close on your jaw here and just press. Feels okay. Alright, I'm going to move back to that ridge now. Right here. Okay. That feels a little sensitive. Okay. I won't do that anymore. I'll be sure to check over that spot as well. I do see kind of on the underside of your jawline, there's another red spot. So it could be moving the skin that's irritating that. Okay. And lastly, I'm just going to feel up here by your ear again. Does that pressure hurt? No? Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to take my fingers now and press on both sides of your jaws at the same time. I'll put my thumbs right here on your chin just to stabilize. And just relax. Okay. I'm gonna have you open your jaw for me. Good. And close. Okay. Open again. Okay, and close for me. Open again. And close. Okay. I'm really interested up in that hairline at the moment just to see if it's spreading to your scalp as well. So I'm just gonna look really quick and try to get a better impression of what's going on in this area, because I'm a little concerned about the redness here. It does look kind of puff here, so I'm gonna touch very gently around your hairline, just like this, okay? Really light touch. And I'm going to try to see if there's fluid underneath the skin there. So just let me know if you feel any sensations. If you can describe them to me, that would be helpful. Okay? So I'm just going to touch really, really lightly, starting at the midline, and I'm going to work my way down slowly towards your ears. I do feel some places that there is likely some fluid buildup happening, which is interesting because the rest of your pink and red spots are quite dry and flaky and also very close to the skin. They're not raised at all, and this, on the other hand, is looking quite raised and different than the rest. Let me see underneath your hair over here. It looks like it does kind of travel back towards the nape of your neck. Can I get you to turn your head this way, please? Good. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of trailing into the back of your neck, but you can turn your head back. I can also see a little bit of the spotting that's on your face and ears on the lower part of your neck as well. Do you have any of these symptoms from the shoulders down? No, it's only... Okay, alright. And is it along your collarbones at all? Tops of your shoulders? A little, okay. Alright, can I get you to turn your head in the other direction now? I'm going to check on this side. Okay. It does look like the inflammation is a little bit more intense on this side than on your left side, which is interesting because it's the exact opposite for the spots. So the inflammation seems to be more centered around your right side, and the patchiness more around the left side. Did these symptoms start at the same time? Okay. So the patchiness started maybe a couple days earlier. And I know you might not have been taking perfect notes, but did you notice anything about the way it spread? Do you remember where it maybe started or where you first noticed it? On your neck? Okay, but on that left side, okay. So it was down into your neck on the left, and then you started noticing it moving across your face. Oh, I see. Okay, so it kind of traveled up. And then you think it was a couple days later that you started getting the inflammation around the hairline. Does that itch as well? Not really. Does it burn or sting at all? Or did you feel any sensations when I was kind of touching around it? It was a little tight. Okay. Mm. Okay. I certainly won't press hard into it then, just to make sure that I don't cause you any more pain. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, so how long ago did this onset, you say? You think it was around a week, you were saying? Okay. And have the symptoms progressively gotten worse each day? Okay, so it's kind of stabilized at this point. Do you have any other symptoms? Any fever, sore throat, ear aching, any muscle tightness? Do you have any mouth sores? Okay. Yeah, and the reason why I was asking about all the soaps and detergents and toothpaste that you use, there is a compound called sodium lauryl sulfate. It is pretty well known in the scientific community to be a skin irritant. It can cause chapped lips, it can cause or worsen canker sores in the mouth, and it's in toothpaste, it's in hair shampoo, and it's in detergent. It's actually the ingredient or chemical, I should say, that causes things to lather. Yeah, so when you get those soap foam, whether you're washing your clothing, your face, or brushing your teeth, the sodium lauryl sulfate is in all of those products, and that's what makes that nice sudsy kind of sensation. But it's actually not a necessary part, and there are shampoos, toothpastes, and detergents that do not include SLS. It might be something to look into. Yeah, if you use a sulfate-free shampoo, that would not have this in it, so it would likely not lather as much. Right. Okay. So that is definitely something you can try. If you notice just in general that you have some sensitivity with your skin, with your mouth, with your scalp even. Yep. It's definitely worth looking into. I use an SLS free toothpaste myself, and it's made a big difference for me. And my shampoo is also sulfate free. It does take some getting used to, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm just gonna now tap all over your face and just kind of feel the consistency of your skin. See if it's changing color, responding to my touch, and bouncing back when and where it should. Everything looks pretty good so far. Okay, can you go like this for me? Okay. Good. Okay, you can relax. I'm gonna feel under your bottom lip now. Okay. Alright, good. Okay, I'm just gonna come over here and feel space between your ear, where your ear starts and connects to your face. Yeah, if anyone has a sideburn, it kind of goes around this exact area, right? Okay. The skin there still feels really good. It seems to be unaffected, which is notable because it is sort of thinner in that area. And on this side, I'm just gonna feel the same thing. Okay. That is feeling good as well. If I can get you to close your eyes, I'm going to feel around your lids now. Okay. Okay. Yep, keep them closed. If I touch on the corners here, how does that feel? A little tender? Okay, I'm just gonna pull slightly up. Okay, on the other side. Okay. That feels alright. Okay, you can open your eyes if you'd like. I'm gonna put my hand just under your nose, and I know this is a little weird, but I just want you to breathe in. You can breathe in through your nose or your mouth, but I need you to exhale through your nose, okay? I want to feel the sort of strength of your exhalation on my skin, okay? So I'm just gonna put this here and breathe in and out. Good. Again. Okay. Try it again for me now. Breathe in. Okay, this next one I want you to blow kind of as hard as you can. Yeah, I'm gonna have you do a couple. Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, ready? Okay, and again. Okay, good. Just gonna look a little bit up into your nasal cavity now. And have you been experiencing any itching in your nose? No itching in your nose. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna grab my flashlight just because it's a little bit harder to see up into the nose in the dim lighting. Okay, and this is just gonna let me make sure that we don't have any pink or red patches in there, any inflammation, okay? When you were doing that breathing exercise, did it feel like you could breathe normally? Have you been feeling any sort of obstruction to your breathing? From your nose particularly? Okay. You can just relax. Okay. I'm seeing just the slightest little bit of inflammation. Looks more to be on your right side than on your left. So, we're going to do the air test again, but this time I'd like you to cover one of your nostrils while I'm doing it to see if you can feel a difference, okay? So I'll just use a couple fingers so that I'm not in your way. Try to make it as least awkward as possible. So if you can just cover one side. And I'm just gonna put my fingers here, and I want you to just do the same thing. So breathe in, and then breathe out. Yep, just normal breaths. In and out. Okay, one more time. Breathe in and out through that. Okay. Good. Alright, I'm gonna have you do the same thing on the other side now. Normal breaths again. Okay. So, breathe in. Good. Again. Good. One more time. Okay, did you feel any difference from one side to the other? Okay, so it feels kind of hot in the right side. Does the air feel hot or does your nose feel hot? Your nose does, okay. And it's just that one nasal passage. Okay, let's do this one last time. And I still want you to obstruct one side of your nose, but I want you to do the big breaths for me. So you can breathe normally when you inhale if you want, but on the exhale, I really want you to blow as hard as you can, okay? All right, breathe in and out. Good. Again, breathe in and out. Okay, one more time. Does that feel okay? Okay, let's try the other side now. See if there's a difference. Breathe in. Good. Again. And one last time. That did feel a little harder on that side. Okay. I definitely am going to want to give you an antibiotic. I know that it's not a good idea to take them often. I tried to prescribe them very sparingly, but this is a pretty serious case. Getting rid of this inflammation is, I think, very important, especially since it is in your nasal passage. It could also internally end up in your throat, and we don't want to have any sort of situation that's prohibiting you from breathing. Don't want your throat to swell up. Don't want you to be in that kind of pain either. I think it's pretty lucky that it's not incredibly itchy right now in your nose, and I wouldn't want you to feel that in your nose or your throat. It's enough that you already have it in the ears. So I'm just going to give you, do you know azithromycin? It's also called Zithromax or Z-Pak. Yeah, it's pretty standard antibiotic that can cover lots of these types of illnesses. So, are you sensitive to food coloring? Okay, because I can prescribe it in a generic version that does not have the standard. It kind of comes with like a pink coating on the pills. Yeah, and we can get it without that. Okay. Aside from that, the directions say that you should take 2 on the first day and then 1 every subsequent day for about, I'm gonna do around 9 days. Okay, and all of that will be written on the prescription, so when they hand it to you at the pharmacy, wherever you choose to go, if it's here or somewhere else, there will be written instructions on how to take it that will say that. In terms of taking the first 2 on the first day, if you have a sensitive stomach, antibiotics can be a little painful. They can kind of make your stomach feel grinding, make you feel maybe hungry, or opposite, they might make you feel like you don't have much of an appetite. They can make you feel just kind of cramping. It's not that serious though, and it goes away, so it's nothing to be concerned about. If that does happen to you, it may cause you minor discomfort, but it is definitely worth clearing up this inflammation. Okay, and as a tip, if you want to just be cautious, you can break the pill in half with a knife, or be careful if you have a pill cutter, that's the best. But safely you can split it in half and take both halves like in the morning, maybe with your breakfast, and then later on in the day, towards dinner time, take the other pill and do the exact same thing. Cut it in half and then take it with your evening meal or snack after lunch, something like that. And then that way, spacing it out will make it easier on your stomach, and breaking it in half will also make the digestion easier. So that is everything for that. Do you have any questions about the medication? No? Okay, good. If you do think of anything that you're uncertain about, just give me a call and I'll be happy to go over it with you. Okay, so I'm just going to get back to the main sort of areas of your face now. I'm going to look at your cheeks and just kind of press, and is this feeling okay? I'm going to touch over here on the actual spot that you have on your cheek, and let me know if it doesn't feel good. Is that okay? I'm applying very light pressure. Okay, good. I just want to feel kind of the consistency and texture of this. It's a little kind of scaly, almost like an eczema. Have you ever had eczema before? Not sure. Okay, just gonna feel this one over here as well. You have one down more near your jaw on this side. Okay, does that feel alright? Okay. Your skin isn't actually shedding when I touch it, although it does feel very, very dry and kind of coarse. And your forehead as well. Just gonna kind of feel around a little bit. I'm gonna press now into your forehead just above your brow bone, okay? And just let me know how this feels. Is that pressure okay? Okay. Alright, I'm going to press at the end of your eyebrows now, almost at the temple. Does that feel alright? Okay. Okay. Is this area sensitive underneath your eyes here? Okay. It is very interesting to me that all of the places where your skin is thinner, which is where I would expect something like this to really take over. There's not much happening at all. Even kind of around your mouth, you can just keep your lips relaxed. But even around your mouth here, there's no pain, no tightness. Okay. Well, that's good. That's lucky that it's kind of happening in the areas where your skin is noticeably thicker. Except for on your ears, of course. This is still very interesting to see. Sometimes there's a rash that can develop when we have another sort of virus happening, and it's almost like a response to what's going on with the virus. I do feel like this is an independent sort of thing, because you're not having any other symptoms. You said no fever, no racing heart, no sweats or chills, no fatigue. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is an isolated skin issue. Have you been in like a public pool recently, or anywhere where you may have been exposed to any sort of water source? Okay. And that was at a lake? Okay. It's highly possible that some of the bacteria from that lake, even if you didn't know, maybe you had a cut on your hand, maybe a blister on your foot, anything, any open area, the water could have splashed onto your face, some could have gotten in your ear, anything that, I don't know if you remember, but something like that could have happened, and created this. Okay, so that's definitely good to know and gives us a primary suspect. And this is pretty common that this thing kind of happens, especially in the summertime when people are going swimming a lot in lakes and natural bodies of water. It happens a lot more often. It is more rare in the winter, which is why I definitely didn't even think of it, but I'm glad I asked. Yeah, sometimes people go ice skating or ice fishing, or just if the weather gets kind of temperate for one day, people like to go down and just hang out, stuff like that. So it's definitely possible in the winter, even though it's much less common. So in that case, I'm going to give you an ointment that is going to be kind of like a Neosporin, but like a prescription strength. So it's going to act as antibacterial. It should sanitize the areas as well. Do you have any witch hazel? Okay, it's really cheap. You can get it at the drugstore. It's an over-the-counter product. Usually you can get a pretty large bottle just for $1. And I would recommend taking a cotton ball, or if you need to, just fold up a piece of tissue paper and wet it with the witch hazel and just kind of tap and press very gently onto all of your spots. And I would recommend that you do this in the morning and at night. Also, if you tend to get oily during the day, you might want to do it in the midday as well. But just kind of see how that goes, because I know you're saying that your skin is kind of dry right now anyway. Yeah, and the witch hazel will definitely kind of dry it out more. So I would just do it in the morning after you wash your face, and then put on the ointment. If you are, I would recommend that you don't use your face moisturizer right now, just because I don't want you to spread this across your face. I want it to be more kind of isolated treatment. So if you can, skip the moisturizer. If you feel like you absolutely have to use it, put it on before you do the ointment. It can be after or before the witch hazel. It'd probably make more sense to do it after, since the witch hazel is kind of drying. But then do the ointment last, because I really want that to sit on the skin and stay there for a while, as long as it can, to help treat. Okay, and then thirdly, I'm going to give you those ear drops. Those are numbing, as I mentioned. They are not going to be helping actually fix the problem. The antibiotics should conquer your nostrils and your ear canals, since there's not too much going on in there at the moment. But I do want you to not be uncomfortable in the meantime. It could take a few days until you start to see your symptoms clear. Usually Zithromax kicks in really fast. Within the first 48 hours you'll have a noticeable difference. It could take 3 or 4 days depending on the severity at this point. So definitely, if you don't see anything by about the 6th day, if nothing's changed, give me a call. If it looks like everything is better before your 9 days of medication is up, do not stop taking the medication. Take it for all 9 days, no matter what. If it looks perfect and you feel like you're 100% back to normal, still take it, because these things can linger, and we want to make sure that it's completely gone. Sometimes the symptoms can go away before the actual virus or bacteria has gone away. Okay? So you'll have a prescription for ear drops, for your Zithromax, and for your topical ointment. All of these things are available through the insurance or through GoodRx program if you don't have insurance. So it should not run you very much at all. And I'll put that the generic version is okay for each of these things. It's exactly the same, but typically you can find it a little cheaper. Okay, so just gonna make sure that I didn't miss anything here. And have you had any itching in your scalp either? Okay. Yeah, you may want to hold off shampooing for a while. Try not to do any product. Try to just keep it really simple. If you have to, you can condition, and just make sure that you massage your scalp really well with your conditioner. That's what will clean your head. So you don't need a big foam. You don't need to shampoo as much. People with wavy and curly hair don't need to shampoo as much anyway, because their hair can get quite dry. So it shouldn't look too crazy. And just gonna look a little bit here on your scalp. Gonna use my flashlight again to look at your hair a bit. Okay. Is this usually how you part your hair? Okay. Alright. This looks... I do see a little bit of redness on both sides, but it's not as prominent as it is on your face and your ears. So I guess that's a blessing in a way, because it would be pretty hard to treat the scalp in the same way. So yeah, just try not to use any heat, don't blow dry. Just be very, very gentle with your scalp and with your hair as you are recovering from this. And like I said, it should only be a few days until it actually clears up with the medication. So you shouldn't have to avoid the hair care for too long. And everything else looks about like I expected. How is your neck feeling? Okay, I only see this one kind of larger spot on your left. And it feels the same consistency as your face and ears. It's just a little dry and kind of scaly feeling. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that will handle it for you. So just like I said, give me a call if you have any questions, or if anything seems or feels a little weird. I'll be happy to assure you or have you back in if there's something that we need to look at again, okay? Alright. Thank you for being so patient with me today while I was touching and poking and prodding. I hope that you'll be recovered hopefully very, very soon. I would just, like I said, start that antibiotic tomorrow morning. Okay. And the drops you can use tonight if you want to, if you do get your prescription filled tonight. And same with the ointment. You can put it on before bed if you'd like. Okay. Alright, well I hope you get to feeling better soon. You can hang out here for as long as you'd like if you need some time to regroup. Okay. Alright, I will see you on our next visit. Hopefully it'll just be a routine checkup.